morning, everybody. It's Michaela from Hooked in a Flash. If you'd like to find me, you can do so on Instagram as Hooked in a Flash, Facebook is Hooked in a Flash Crochet, and then I also have patterns on Etsy, which is Hooked in a Flash as well. I hope everyone is having a good Wednesday. I've had a pretty busy week. We had a water heater go out, and so we have water damage and everything that we're having to take care of, so it's been fun. It's in my son's room, of course, so we have to take him out of his room. So that's been a pretty busy week for me. So I don't have too much done, actually. I'm sorry if you can hear the lawnmower. I tried to wait, but there's literally everyone mowing their lawn, so I'm like, we're just gonna hear lawnmowers today. I'm still working on the keychain. I know last week I was talking to you guys about me making a keychain. I didn't have very much to show you. I still don't have very much to show you because I have made it, taken it apart, taken it apart at least 7 times. It's just really challenging me for some reason. I don't know why I'm having such a problem with this thing, but so there's not very much to see of it right now because I've actually just tore it apart again last night. So all you can really see is the head. That's it. She has little braids. That's it. So hopefully I will have that done and out of here by next week. We will see. Hopefully my client is being patient with me because I'm trying. Other than that, I will just do what I've finished. These are slightly wet still, so you know they look a little weird, but my socks are done. This is out of Madeline Tosh yarn, and this is Antelope Canyon. It is 75 superwash merino, 25% nylon. It's fingering weight, 420 yards, 384 meters. Super fine. You can wash, no dry. So, dyed by hand in Texas. This is, I love working with this. This was lovely to work with. No splits, no nothing. Worked up really super fast. In fact, this yarn actually even felt better than this yarn. This was the other pair of socks that I made, and I love this yarn too. But I mean, this one felt even smoother as far as like, you know, sliding through the needles and stuff like that. So I really enjoyed making this. I had no problems making this. It went really, really fast. But I put them on and I wore them as soon as I was done because, of course, you've made socks. Why not, right? So I wore them around for, I don't know, about an hour or so, and then I decided, you know, I should probably get ready for the day. So I took them off to take a shower, and my feet where they literally look like this. It looked like someone took a marker and did this on my feet. Completely covered from the ankle all the way down. It on all the sides, even my toes, my toenails. It took scrubbing them like 4 times to get it so that you could see that I'm not wearing socks. And then another 2 times in the shower before all of the dye came off. So I did wash these. I've washed and rinsed with vinegar 3 times now. They're wet still from this last time. It did not so much on the top. Some places it faded in a little bit. The bottom is a little bit worse, but not very bad. The toe is where are we here? The toe did it the worst. But the color kind of faded into itself. I think this one a little bit. And it's not as vibrant as it was when you first had it, obviously, because a lot of dye came out. But I just let it dry, and it still has, and I've been doing a vinegar bath on it. I rinse it with gentle soap, and then, or wash it with gentle soap. I've done a vinegar bath on it, and it's still leaking its color. So I'm not quite sure what I've done wrong with these. I don't know why we're having issues, but I haven't read anything about the yarn itself being one that's notorious for bleeding everywhere. I haven't had any, this is my first one that I've had that's really like bled on me before, or whatever, yeah. So, but I use a lot of Regia sock yarn, so I don't have very much experience with the hand dyed sock yarns. But this is the first one that I've had that has been bleeding out on me when I'm washing it and stuff. So, but I still love them. I think they're nice. I am a little sad that they're not as vibrant orange and blue as they were, but I still like them. They're very comfortable socks. I will definitely wear them and get lots of use out of them. So after that was done, I was going to pick up my blanket that I was working on. It's the Lars and the Real Girl blanket. And I picked it up and I put it back down because, I don't know, I just didn't feel like working on a sweater. I mean, on a blanket. So I started a sweater because that makes sense, right? I decided my daughter wanted a sweater, even though it's too hot, obviously. We're doing this one. This is Karen Latte Cake from Yarnspirations. It is colorway Shocking Teal. It's a bulky 5, machine washable, dryable. It's 58% acrylic, 42% nylon, 8.8 ounces, 250 grams, 530 yards. I have no idea if I'm going to make it or not. I just decided to go. I only have one skein of it, so we'll see. But I need 4 more rows, or no, 6 more rows, 3 more sets of increases on here, and then we'll be ready to split for the sleeves. I did this yesterday. So it's actually really nice to work with. It's super, super nice to work with. I really, really like this yarn a lot. I was afraid that it would be hard because of the fuzz, but it's actually been really, really good. I'm just doing a normal, just standard raglan shirt or sweater. I was gonna make a t-shirt out of it for my daughter just because it's getting, you know, warmer, and I like immediately want to, I should put that down so I can focus on you guys because I immediately want to start working on it. But it's actually, it's fuzzy, obviously, so it's pretty warm. So we decided that we would just make a kind of an oversized sweater. She'll probably be able to use it a couple times before it gets too hot, and then she'll have it for this fall. So we're going to make it a little oversized. Hopefully I can make it through that. I haven't used very much yarn though, and I'm already almost ready to split for the sleeves, so I feel like I'm okay. And then my friend also has another skein of that color that I can use as well if I run out. My son already wants one, so I don't know. I might make him one too. We'll see. That has been the only thing I've worked on other than the keychain because I've been doing damage control on my water heater situation. I did make some masks for friends and family. I'm making, this still needs the elastic put in it. Making this kind. Oh, they're nice. Nice little masks. So I've made a bunch of those up. I need to make a few more for my husband to have more to switch out because he is going back to work now. So he will be needing more than what I've made already. Other than that, I haven't done very much. I've just been busy with my home stuff, you know. Yeah. I did try, so last Wednesday, I had a virtual knit night with my friends, which I will be doing again tonight. I'm very excited for. And I decided to try and run. I had these going. I think I was only like this far, something like that. I wasn't very far. And I decided that I always do 2 at a time. And I thought, why can't I just stick more socks on here? We'll just make all the socks, right? So I started another pair of socks. That's why this is out here. I started another pair of socks of these because I love this yarn. I think these are my favorite socks. Even out of the self-patterning yarn from Arnie and Carlos, these ones have been great. Now, I haven't worked all the way through all of those, so we'll see if that changes. But for right now, this is my favorite one. I would absolutely love a sweater. I want a sweater so bad out of this. I know it'll take 20,000 years for me to finish a finger wing weight sweater, but I want one so bad with it. I might take that plunge. And then I cast on these, which were in the original 3 that I was going to do. I cast on those. So I had those 2 going. I had a pair of those going, and I had a pair of these going. And I got almost to completing all of the increases on the 2 pairs of new socks. So 4 more socks, almost done with all the increases, which is here. I like a rounded toe, so it's like 7 sets of increases on here. So I was almost done with that, and then my family came in, and I had 2 of the long cords going. Instead of folding 1 cord in half, I had 2 long cords going, and then I had a 3rd long cord, for knitting my rows. So they came in to see me, and they tripped on my yarn and ripped all of my socks off. And these, they ripped out several rows. It was like almost down to here. They ripped out a good chunk of one of these, which was worse because the other one was, then I had to start counting rows, and I never count rows. I just go until it's long enough, and that's it. So I decided to not do that after that incident because I realized that it's too many strings going, and my kids are obviously going to trip over it, and I'm going to be sad. And I don't want to be sad. I love socks. I don't want sock making to make me sad. So I put that away. But it is possible. It is, in theory, possible. Now, every 12 rows or so, you're going to have to stop and kind of unwind your yarn because it gets twisted a little bit. But if you stop every 12 rows or so and, switch it real quick and then go on, it is absolutely possible to do 3 pairs of socks at the same time. So that'll be 6 socks total. It is possible. And I think that I would have been just fine with it if I didn't have, Godzilla come running through and tear down my whole life. But it is possible. If you guys want to do it, you can totally do it. I think I might try something a little more condensed as far as the amount of strings going through. So I might try like 3 hats next time and just, essentially magic loop instead of doing 16-inch needle. Just because I want to do something. I just want to do something different, I guess. So I might do that. I don't know. We'll see. It depends on how I'm feeling and how the strings are affecting everything. But other than that, I have nothing else. That's all I got for you. Me and my friend are in the planning stages of making a open lace t-shirt, and we're gonna do like the peekaboo shoulder style, that's kind of, we started and we wanted to use fingering weight, but it wasn't, we're using this, so we're doing it in crochet. We're using, I think it's called Star Stitch, and we were using fingering weight, and we started it off and everything. We figured out how wide we want it, and it's essentially what we're making is, you know, a T. I think she's going with just a rectangle, but I want longer sleeves on mine, so I'm doing a T. We'll do 2 T's and then sew them together. Hers will be 2 rectangles and sew together. But I made it, you know, 3 rows in, about this far, and we decided that it's not open enough that it looks lacy. It just looks really busy. So we took that out, and then our next one was we tried it doubling up it on a bigger needle, and that one was better, but it felt too dense at that point. So we switched it up to a 3-weight yarn with a 5mm. Let's see, when we doubled up, I used 4mm. The stitches looked too open. They didn't look clean with the 5mm with it doubled up. So we switched it to a 3-weight on a 5mm needle. That looks great. I think it looks nice and open. I think it's the look or me personally, I'm looking for. It doesn't look too busy, but I don't have a lot of 3-weight yarn, and I don't want to do a 4-weight because at that point I feel like it looks chunky. I don't want it to look chunky. I want it to look nice and drapey and light. So I feel like 3-weight is what we want. We just don't have enough 3-weight. Neither of us do. So I've put it on pause for right now until I can figure out what I want to do with that. And I don't know. I don't think she's working on it right now. So we'll figure it out. And once I figure out something like that, I'll let you guys know. Otherwise, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and just keep crafting. Bye, guys.